How to Play Minecraft Pocket Edition, Episode 3, MCPE Survival, coming up. Hi, it's Full Grown Gamer coming at you with the third installment of a brand new series, How to Play Minecraft Pocket Edition. If you're already familiar with Minecraft, this video probably isn't going to be for you. Don't worry though, you can still subscribe to the channel and catch all my future Let's Plays, tips, tricks, and how-tos. And don't forget to check the description below if you're interested in knowing what gear I use to play the game and create my videos. In the last episode, we gathered wood, crafted a workbench, made our first set of tools, crafted a furnace, and created our first shelter right here. If you missed it, just click the link above. In this episode, we're going to dig deeper into survival and learn how to stay alive. So, the first thing that we want to do now is we want to manage our hunger. If you look in the top right-hand corner, you'll see that we have a set of ham legs or something like that, and those are basically our hunger bar. The more that we expend energy, for instance, if we were to come over here and chop down some trees, or the more that we run around, the more we're going to use up that hunger. Eventually, if you use all of your hunger bar, you will start losing hearts. You can actually starve to death. So we need to make it a priority to get a steady supply of food. The easiest way to do this in the beginning, in my opinion, is to just kill animals. As you kill animals, they're going to drop meat that you can then use to cook and sustain yourself. Now, some animals, such as cows, will also drop leather, as you see here in the menu, and leather can later be used to craft your first set of armor, so take advantage of that. Once you've gathered up some meat, go to your furnace, make sure that you've got a fuel source, and put the meat into the input portion of the furnace. What it's going to do is it's going to cook it and make it to where you're able to eat it. You can always throw in some extra fuel if you need it. Grab your cooked pork chop or whatever it is that you chose to cook, pull it out, and you're ready to go. It should fill up your hunger bar by eating just a couple of these. Another option is to harvest wheat. Now, you can grow wheat from the start of the game by chopping down grass and gathering seeds. You may have to chop quite a bit of grass, but eventually you will get enough seeds to where you can start. Now, you're going to need a hoe in order to till up the ground. Craft a hoe, till up the ground, and then you can take the seeds that you've gathered, plant those, and in a few days, it'll grow up and you'll be able to actually harvest the wheat. After a few days, you're going to see that your wheat has grown. This is an example of the different stages wheat grows in. The only one that's ready to harvest is this dark brown one here. So once it's ready to harvest, you can chop it down, gather your wheat. If you have enough wheat, it takes 3 pieces to be able to cook bread or craft bread. So you can craft yourself a piece of bread. Another cool thing you can do with wheat is you can use it to lure animals. And this is later in the game, but if you wanted to draw in animals and pin them up and possibly breed them to harvest leather or meat, that's an option as well. Another thing that I want to point out is I just wandered off a little bit, and for a second there I thought, oh man, I don't know exactly where I'm at. It's always a good idea if you've crafted your shelter here to go ahead and craft you some more torches. I should have enough to create a couple of torches here, or yeah, 4 torches because I have 1 piece of charcoal. So I'm going to create that. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw some torches down in the direction that I'm going. This is a kind of an easy way that as I'm out exploring or gathering meat from different animals, that if I need to find my way home real quickly because it's starting to get dark, I can just follow the torches. Another advantage to crafting torches is if you put a bunch of torches out, your mobs are only going to spawn, your mobs being your bad guys, they're only going to spawn where it's dark. So the more that you light up the area around your house or where you are, the less mobs that are going to spawn. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to get any mobs at all. You will still get some mobs, but you will get less than you would if it were just completely dark. Another thing that you can do is, if you've gotten lucky like I have right now, is go ahead and kill all the sheep that you see so that you can get enough to craft yourself another bed. I like to carry a bed on me because, as I explained in the last video, having your bed allows you to skip the nighttime. So wherever you are, so if you've ventured off and you've gotten a little farther away from home than you'd really like to be, if you can actually have enough wool on you to craft yourself another bed, it really does a lot in as far as being able to quickly get away from any bad guys that may be out there. Now, as you can see, I tried to lay down, but it won't let me sleep because there's a monster close by. And you can see it here. He's actually so close by that I cannot use my bed and I cannot sleep. This brings me to another tip. If you're out and about and you've created another bed and you think, oh, it's getting dark and there's a monster coming, I'm just going to throw my bed down and sleep. That's not going to work. It will not allow you to do that. There cannot be monsters close by in order for you to sleep. Now, there will be times that you cannot get away from the monsters and you have no choice but to fight. Equip your sword and strike. Strike, use movement and distance if you can. At times you'll become overwhelmed. These small ones are really fast. For them, you need to try to retreat, back away while continuing to strike. Sometimes you can get away safely. Like now, we got away, but we only have one heart left. And one thing that you're going to notice is when you only have one heart left, your hearts will not regenerate until you eat. So make sure that your hunger bar is full. Once your hunger bar is full, your hearts will begin to regenerate and you will get your health back. No matter how good you are, there will be times that you're going to die. Try to have an idea of where you are in relation to your spawn point at all times. I last slept in this bed over here, which means that is now my spawn point. If I die, that is where I will come back into the world. It's very important that you know where you are in relation to that spawn point, because if you die, where you die, all of your items are going to drop. When you respawn, you will have nothing. If you look at my inventory bar, I have nothing. Now, I know that I was over in this direction when that creeper killed me. If we go over here and we can kind of remember where we were when we died, we can actually find all of the items that we had before we died and pick those back up and save ourselves all the trouble of having to go through and get everything back. Now, sometimes when a creeper blows you up like that, you may actually lose some items, but for the most part, you can get your stuff back. This brings me to the last tip of this video. That being, if you look at our inventory now, we've gathered up quite a few things, and all of these things have uses. They are helpful later in the game, but not really at this point. Like we've got feathers. Those can be used for a number of different things. We've got rotten flesh, but we're just not at the point in the game where we're going to be using that stuff too much, and our inventory is starting to get full. And soon we're going to be getting to the point where we actually do want to venture out a little bit, whether it be starting to mine or explore, or just going out and trying to gather up as much food as we can. You want that inventory space. It's very valuable. Trust me, it'll fill up quicker than you think it will. So what we need to do now is go ahead and craft our first chest. If you've got wood, that's pretty much all it takes. It takes 8 wooden planks. You can craft your first chest. So let's go ahead and create it. Open up our inventory. Here it is. Let's stick it in this spot right here. And let's just stick it, let's stick it right here by the door. Now what we can do is we can click on this chest and we can start putting some of these items that we don't have an immediate use for or that we just want to store away into our chest and free up our inventory. This is very, very helpful. Trust me, like I say, you may not seem like it right now because you don't have a whole lot of stuff, but soon you're going to run out of inventory space and you're going to need that extra space, especially if you're going to mine or if you're going to adventure. So craft that chest and get going. All right, guys. This brings me to the end of today's video. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, drop me a comment below and please hit that like button. This is a new channel, a new series, and your support really, really helps out. I hope you subscribe, become a part of the community, and let me know what you like, what you don't like, what we can do better, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.